Hey guys, and welcome back to 2 Minute Coder. So we're doing LeetCode problem 347, top K frequent elements. Basically what we have to do here is return an integer array given an array of nums and K, which is our target. So K just means that we have to return the top two most frequent elements in nums. So as we can see here, the first most frequent element is 1, then it's 2. Okay, so pretty simple to understand. So our solution is also pretty simple. We're going to have an array with n number of subarrays. Now, how do we determine n? N is the length of nums plus 1. Now, why is this? This is because you can see that we have the amount of times 1 occurs is 3. So we'll have it in our n is equal to 3 or index number 3 array. 2 occurs twice, so we'll have it in index 2 array, and 3 occurs once, so we'll have it in index 1 array. So how are we going to build our result array? We'll iterate through this array backwards. So we know that whatever is going to be in this array is going to be the most frequently occurring number, and this is going to be the second most, third most, so on and so forth. So for this example 1, we can see that there's going to be nothing in this array, nothing in this array, nothing in this array, but in this array we're going to have the value 1. So once we see that a subarray is not null, we can explore that array and input that value into our result array, and then we move on to the next one. So in this one there'll be value 2, so it'll be 1, 2, right? And once the length of this is equal to k, then we know to return our result. So let's get into writing the code. So first we have to make a count map so we can map the number and its frequency. So making a map is pretty simple. We'll call it count new hash map. Right. Now we want to make that large array with subarrays. So it's going to be a list of integers. Let's call it bucket. But we have to remember that it has subarrays. So we'll make bucket also an array. To new array list. And here we can put the length, nums.length plus 1, because we have to account for 0 values. Now let's get to building our count array. So the way we can do that is using the merge function. So for int num in nums, so for every number in our inputted nums array, we want to merge, given this num as the key, 1 as the value, and we want to sum. So basically what this is doing is finding, on the basis of this number, if there is a key of this. If there is, it will sum whatever value it gets returned from this key and the value 1. So it's a simple increment. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to build our bucket. So going through our count, and we only need the keys in this count array. So we can get that by count.keyset. This returns a set of the keys in this map, and we can get the frequency by using the key that we got. So count.get on the basis of this key, and we want to initialize our bucket. So what do? We do if the bucket at index frequency is null, we want to initialize a new array. So bucket frequency is equal to new array list, right? And if the subarray already exists, then we just want to add the key, which is our number, into that subarray. Add this key, right? So now it's time to iterate backwards through our buckets. So let's just initialize an index value, and also let's initialize our result array that we're going to be returning. So we want it to only be the size of k, because that's all we need. So for int I is equal to nums.length, because we want to start from the end, right? I greater than equal to 0, it should go down to 0, and it should decrement because we are iterating backwards. If the bucket at index I is not null, we want to explore that bucket. So we want to use an enhanced loop to get the value inside, or the values inside this bucket, and then add it to our result array. So equals this value. So basically what I'm doing is using this index variable and inputting the value into the specific index of my result array, and this is a post incremental function, which after it assigns the value, it will increment itself. It's the same as just writing this, right? And what else do we have to check? We have to check that if index is going to equal to k, then we know to return our result, because we know that we found the k most frequent values. So return result outside the loop. Yeah, runtime 1 millisecond, pretty fast. Case 2, great. So I hope you guys liked the explanation for this problem. I feel like it was pretty straightforward, and hope you guys feel the same way. If there's anything that I need to work on, please share it in the comments and subscribe for more content.